Get back to the important topic, which is Arne slot. Slot out. That is my analysis of this slot situation. Hashtag slot out. Slot out.
Big up, everybody. Welcome back to TJ Warren TV. Welcome back to solo streams on TJ Warren TV. Of course, I was bullied into streaming today. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm just gonna throw it out there that the guys in the American Waffle chat have been hounding me. It's almost like they're fans. They've been hounding me to do a solo stream and talk about the summer signings, the transfer window, which is exactly what we are going to do here today. But before we do, make sure that you smash the like, smash a sub, spam Glock 14 in the chat. Arsenal are looking like they are actually serious. This will be a chat with the chat as well, so get your questions in, and if they are good, we will discuss them. But again, smash the likes. Yeah, and you say free Dal. Yeah, by the way, American Idiots will be back next week. Dal is out of town this weekend as well, so yeah, it's just the schedules have not aligned, unlike the Stars. The schedules have not aligned. But big up everybody in the chat. Let's go. Glock 14, my striker. Big up Matchday Guru. It's been a while since I've seen you around here, bro. Good to see you. Big up Certified. Big up Ashaba. Ashaba, no. Arteta is not in my good books now, and we're going to get into that because I think this is all Berta. All Berta, baby. He is here, and he is cooking. But there are still more work to be done in terms of the transfer window. Jacob, that's mean, bro. That's mean. Dow lives matter. You guys are fucking out of control. But yeah, all right, let's get into it. Victor GYOKERES signs with Arsenal, £64 million. What a signing, to be honest with you. We are actually showing that we might be a serious club. We paid more for Kai Havertz 2 years ago than we paid for the striker now. Make that make sense to me. Make that make sense. We actually got a pure number 9 advanced forward that can actually score goals, create something out of nothing, and be the number 9 that we've been looking for. I'm saying that he's going to get 20 goals in the league this season. That is my minimum requirement for him. I'm not saying that he's going to bang immediately, but what I am saying is that he is a special player. He will make something out of nothing, and he will perform in big games. We have not had a big striker like this since the last serious number 14 that we had in Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. We've ever since then we've had Eddie and Kedia. Like, give me a fucking break. I am so gassed about this signing. And look, I was going to wait to get into this, but I'm going to get into this because people are already being like, TJ, are you Arteta out still? Are you going to apologize to the manager? I'm going to be 100% honest with you guys. I think this will expose Mikel Arteta. I think that Arsenal are going to struggle early, and it's not going to be because anything that Victor GYOKERES does or doesn't do. I just think it's going to be Arteta not changing the way that he plays, and he will risk getting sacked until he does. Victor GYOKERES is not a guy who's going to drop deep. He needs to be playing in the advanced forward role, getting fed and scoring goals. That is what we need him to do. Unfortunately, I have no faith in this manager to take any risks and play ridiculously conservative, like pragmatic football. I have zero faith that he is going to get away from that because he is so scared of dropping out of the top 4. It's absolutely insane that we have to have this conversation after we get one of the prolific striker that is available on the market, maybe outside of Alexander Isak, who whose links to Liverpool have become just absolutely insane. But we are moving like a big club. We sign a serious striker, and if we do not utilize him for the striker that we know he can be, then why did we even bother signing him? If we're going to treat him like Kai Havertz, if we're going to treat him like Gabriel Jesus and utilize him as a link up 9, like we're already cooked. It's cooked to begin with. So yeah, TJ, sorry, the chat is moving mad right now. I really appreciate it. TJ, have some faith. I've had faith since 2020. I've been having too much faith in this manager, and now I still don't rate him. I still think that he's going to fuck it up. I still think that we get second, but I win either way, because if we get second again and we don't get any trophies, I think the fan base turns. I'm going to be 100% honest with you. I think that we are now at the point. We are at the crossroads. I was thinking about this earlier today. This is the most important season for the last 10 years at Arsenal. I truly believe that, because we have so many players that are in their prime. We are signing real players, true depth in MOSQUERA. We're true depth in Norgard, true depth with Madueke, who I don't hope doesn't see a ton of the field. But he's a proven player, so you can't hate on it. It's not like this is a Marquinhos signing. I don't rate Madueke, but I could be proven wrong. And he's a good depth signing. We are showing that we are moving serious. And you could even argue that Kepa was a good signing, right? Because he's $5 million on the cheap. Again, somebody that has played on a team that has won the Champions League. Like, he is a good goalkeeper, right? He's no Roberto Sanchez, but all I'm going to say is, look, TJ, Nani is not better than, dude. We haven't seen Reece Nelson. Does Reece Nelson even exist? I guess I wanted proof of life on Reece Nelson. And the way I got it was he was actually seeing that he was traveling with the team to Singapore and to Asia. Like, I didn't know he still existed, to be honest with you. Good keeper. He's a good backup. How about that? He's a good backup. But yeah, getting back to what I was talking about, Arteta, this is the make or break, because if the fan base doesn't turn on him after this, if he wins no trophies and gets second or just gets top 4 and maybe gets to the knockout stages of the Champions League and drops out early, like, the fan base has to turn, because it's at that point you cannot blame the players. At that point, you cannot blame having a lack of depth or having a small squad. You're not going to see GYOKERES the last 15 games of the season because Gabriel got an injury. You are going to see good depth in positions. We signed MOSQUERA, sorry. And I've heard that he's a good player. He's a good depth signing. Again, I don't watch La Liga, but people were excited about it. And the fact that we're not depending on Calafiori and GYOKERES Calafiori and Kivior, sorry. We're winning already. We're winning already. So let's get into the chat. Good luck. TJ Warren, I'm glocked in. Me too. I'm not going to do the celebration, okay? I'll do the celebration when he scores a hat trick. When he scores a hat trick, I will do the celebration. Until then, I'm not doing any celebration. Doing another man's celebration to me is just a little weird, but it is what it is. Sesko, abilities there to see, plays for a mid-team in Germany. Whoever gets him is going to get a generational striker. I think that's cap, but we'll see. I think he's an egomaniac. I think he's overrated. I think that anybody who comes to the Premier League asking for a release clause is not a fucking serious person. He's not. Like I really don't think, like, the fact that nobody is going to get him and he's already renegotiating at Leipzig tells me enough. Like, this guy is not serious. I'm sorry. Actually, I'm not serious. I'm not sorry. Like, fuck that guy. The fact that he wanted a release clause from Arsenal, it's just like, how disrespectful is that? Like, this is a generational move for you, and you're and you're already planning to leave. Get the fuck out of here. That's all I gotta say about that. Are we getting Eze? If we get Eze, I believe that we could, like, really challenge. But until then, I still think we're lacking on that left side. We're lacking in the midfield. We need to address those parts of it, and Eze does that. Eze, I don't believe will come though. I don't think we're gonna buy him. If we are, then I will be proven wrong, and I'll give this transfer window an 8 out of 10. If they want to get us a 10 out of 10, get rid of Reece Nelson, get rid of Sambi Lakanga, get rid of all the dead weight Fabio Vieira, get rid of him. Like, what? Carl Hein, why is Carl Hein still here? You know what I mean? Like, get rid of these depth signing, or get rid of this depth trash that we've had that haven't played for the club in 2 years in any serious capacity. Get rid of them, and then I'll give it like a 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10. Until then, nah, you can bring in Eze, but if Lakanga is still on the books, I'm not rating it. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not rating it. Generational striker. Yeah, it's hilarious. Generational. Fraudtetta will throw GYOKERES under the bus because he has no management tactics. I think that GYOKERES gives no excuses. Like, he eliminates any excuses that anybody in this fan base, including some creators that we know, Egal, and all these other people that have backed this manager, they have no more excuses. We have the depth, so if there's injuries, we're covered, and we have players that are in their prime. Nobody can argue that Saka isn't in his prime. Saliba isn't in his prime. Gabriel isn't in his prime. Martin Odegaard isn't in his prime. Jurrien Timber isn't in his prime. We have a starting 11 of players, except for the left wingers, that are in their prime. Declan Rice. Come on now. I'm telling you, there's no excuses this time, period. Give it 3 years and we'll have an opinion. Okay, come back in 3 years then, BPW. Come back in 3 years. If he's left Germany, I'll consider myself wrong. How about that? I'll consider myself wrong. Arteta better not use GYOKERES at left wing to accommodate Havertz. That just can't happen. I don't think. Here, let me look at transfer market, because again, I'm not going to come out here and admit or pretend like I go out and regularly watch the Portuguese league. I only watched GYOKERES when he was playing for Sporting in the Champs. Okay, GYOKERES is a center forward. Let's see. Yeah, he's never played on the left. If he plays him on the left, I mean, he's right-footed too. Like, if he plays him on the left, he's taking the piss. I'm sorry. He's absolutely taking the piss. Like, if he tries to accommodate Havertz, I'm afraid it's going to be in the midfield. He's going to try to play him as a left-sided 8 or a left-sided advanced 10. Like, he's going to screw the midfield up, and he's going to try to hamstring him in there. And I hate it. Or shoehorn him in there, rather. I hate it. I hate to admit it, but, like, who's honestly going to be surprised about that if that happens? Who's going to be surprised? Oh, this stream was today, not yesterday. Oh yeah, no, I screwed that up, Warrior J. I was at an appointment, or getting ready to go to an appointment today, and I was like checking in on the stream, making sure that it was all set up correctly, and I realized I set it up for yesterday. So sorry about that. Yeah, that was my bad. Professional YouTuber, right? Professional, whatever. He's definitely accommodating Havertz. Well, we'll see. And I understand why he would, because that 220 bags a week is hard to sit on the bench. But, live by the sword, die by the sword. We talked about this 2 years ago. When we signed Kai Havertz, we knew that this was the sword that he was going to die on. He's going to get carried out on this shield, face down. And I'm here for it, to be honest with you, because we can all agree that Kai Havertz has been nothing better than a squad player. Period. End of story. The Chelsea people laughed at us when we signed him. That should have been enough. That should have been enough. But here we are again, going back to the bargain bin, getting Madueke when we could have gone out and got Rodrigo. As soon as we got Madueke, you knew the Rodrigo deal wasn't happening. You knew it. We weren't serious. Like, and to be honest with you, and this is an unpopular opinion, I would rather see, and because people were saying, oh yeah, TJ, Madueke's going to start on the left. Get ready. Madueke season. Thierry Nani, or whatever the fuck they were calling him. I tuned all that out, to be completely honest with you. I want to see Martinelli start on the left again. If we're not going to go out and get a serious left wing, start Martinelli over there and see what we can squeeze out of him in a club in a starting 11 that includes GYOKERES. See what happens, because I think a lot of the pressure gets taken off of the wings when you bring in somebody of his stature in the 9. Like, you see Kai Havertz in the 9, you know he's not creating anything, so why worry about him? Yeah, he takes up space. Yeah, you got to watch out for him, to get the far side post header. But other than that, he's not creating anything unless he's playing against Bolton. Like, that's his level at the 9, is to score goals of inequality against the likes of Bolton, against the likes of Oxford United, like these early round fucking clubs. Who do we play? Preston North End. Like, these are the clubs that he is fit to be a 9 for. Period. End of story. Big up RSM, by the way. Go and subscribe to RSM09. Big up everybody inside, by the way, too. We got 15, but only 7 likes. I want 15 likes before I leave. I want 15 likes before the end of the show. Questions? Yeah, question. Why not? We can just get into questions, and I'll just keep shooting off at the mouth. Question, CJ, please. If we get Eze and a left wing, do we need anything else in your opinion? I can't ask for anything else. I can't. We got Zubamendi. We got a backup winger for Saka and Nani Madueke. We got a backup keeper, which I wasn't necessarily set on, but we got a backup keeper, and we got a backup center back who's quality. So I really can't ask for much more. Like, I have been, one thing I will say is I have been very impressed with the way that Arsenal have been moving in the transfer window. We are actually looking serious, which is why, like, if we get Eze in a left wing and we get rid of Sambi Lokonga, Fabio Vieira, who else is Deadwood? Reece Nelson. Thank you for your service, Reece. Thank you for Bournemouth a couple of years ago. But other than that, like, you've been cannon fodder. Who else am I forgetting? Jakob Kiwior. Get rid of those guys, and we're gonna be cooking. Like, I'll give that a 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10 window. I feel Zubi's not enough. So when he gets injured, who comes in? I mean, you're gonna see Norgard come in. Norgard is his backup. Norgard is, while he is not like the Jorginho replacement, like, I think he sees more minutes than Jorginho did. And Jorginho, I mean, he was done, but he is the depth 6, Norgard. So hopefully, and he's a proven player too. He's caused us issues before. Like, I strongly think that was, again, a good signing, a very good signing. TJ, I still think we need a left back. Don't get me wrong, Skelly as well, but no, okay, no. So I agree with this to a point. I just think Miles Lewis-Skelly is going to be starting game in, game out. If he is not starting in every Prem game, then we have serious problems. Yeah, everybody would want, dude, I've been talking about Anthony Robinson for 5 fucking years, okay? I would love him to come to Arsenal and be a left back, but I don't think he'll come, number 1. Number 2, I don't think Arsenal are interested in him, which is odd because he's been, like, on the eye test and statistically one of the best left backs in the league. And I think, like, a lot of people write him off because he's American. I think that's absolutely ridiculous. And yes, I am playing that card. I don't give a shit. The problem is that you see that he's American and people automatically don't rate him. Like, Fulham likes the Americans. Like, they sign Americans all over the time. Who was that center back that they had that was the captain? Tim Ream. Like, they had Tim Ream past his expiration date. So, yeah, like, let's be real. But, yeah, no, Anthony Robinson, he's my baller. I want him to be captain of the United States men's team. Him or Tyler Adams. Instead, we have the MAGA Superman fucking Kristen Pulisic shit, who looked like shit, by the way, against Arsenal when he played AC Milan. Like, this guy's embarrassing. If he is not playing for AC Milan, he's not playing. Like, period, end of story. I can't stand this guy. And then let's be real. Americans will never beat the allegations. I know I'm a little bit all over the place, but I have a lot of thoughts. There's a lot of things that we need to talk about. Did you guys see the ESPYs? RSM, I know you did. Did you guys see the ESPYs where Kristen Pulisic won Best Soccer Player? Please tell me you guys saw that. Over like the likes of Lamine Yamal and that other chick, like the other chick that was that plays for Barcelona. I forget her name. But both of them should have won over this. But Americans are never going to beat the you don't know ball charges because we are putting Kristen Pulisic on a pedestal. The LeBron James of soccer. Bonmati. No, it was this one. Yeah, it was Putelis. I'm going to say your name wrong. I'm really sorry. Yeah, but Bonmati, she scored a hell of a goal the other day too. But yeah, no, we're never beating the charges there. We're never beating the charges. Anyway, back to Arsenal. I'm going to tell you, if we get, I don't think we're going to get a backup left back because he has way too much debt sunk into Calafiori. Calafiori, if I see that guy at left back start a game, I'm done. Like, go ahead and just shut it off because you might as well just be playing with 3 at the back. This guy literally air traffic controls wingers into the box. Like, this guy will literally show them a lane and not close it down. It's one of the most stressful things to watch as an Arsenal fan is Calafiori at left back. Yes, he got 2 good bangers, but that isn't enough for me to make up for his gaffes at the left back position. The guy is trash. He's trash. And then Arteta expects him to invert into the midfield, whereas you see, like, he made Zinchenko look good at that. Let's be honest with you. Watching this guy try to control the ball in the final third was one of the most stressful things I've ever seen. Yeah, he got that one hit against Man City, but other than that, like, I really wasn't impressed with him. Whereas you see Miles Lewis-Skelly inverting into the midfield and looking very, very comfortable on the ball, especially in the last half of the season last season when he was getting regular minutes. Like, this kid's a baller. He's a baller. I'm not going to lie to you. I got his kit. I ordered his kit. Like, that is how much I rate this guy. He is going to be a baller and a serious, serious player for this club for a very long time. I'm glad you took cauliflower instead of I wanted Hato. I'm not going to lie. I wanted Hato. Now Chelsea's going to pull out the checkbook because Liverpool and Arsenal are doing so. So yeah, they're moving really serious. And then of course, Man City are going to be back this season. They got a few good depth signings, but Pep Guardiola, man, he does not lose. Is this a true fact that he has not gone 2 seasons in a row during his entire managerial career without winning a league? Is that true? Bro, he's going to be serious. Man City are going to be serious again this year, which is why I'm not talking with my chest about Arsenal winning the league. I got to see something that will make me talk with chest. Until I see GYOKERES playing as an advanced forward, until I see that football that we saw 2 or 3 years ago before we dropped the 8-point lead at the top of the league, until I see that fluid football, I'm going to be skeptical. That's just the way it is. I'm going to be skeptical. Brad Pitt fan. Big up Brad Pitt fan. He says, bro, you think with GYOKERES you're going to win the league? We need more. I mean, we need Eze and we need a left winger that will get the fan base excited again. Again, like if I see Trossard on the left starting games, it's cooked already. If I see Martinelli starting game in, game out, it's cooked. We're done. We need a threat at every position. And I think now we have at least potential threats at every position. You could argue that, yeah, Martinelli isn't good enough. Trossard isn't good enough. If you want to use a sample size of only last season, Odegaard wasn't good enough. So we need to see these players step up. Martin Odegaard is one of them, by the way. This is a key season for Martin Odegaard, and I don't think it's being talked about enough. If Martin Odegaard does not perform this season or turn in a performance like he did 2-3 seasons ago, like, we need to start moving on. We need to start moving the captain band to somebody else, because this guy has proven that he can generate and he can be creative in the midfield, but last season was garbage. And I think when you have you have Bukayo Saka, who should be starting regularly on your right, you're solid with Declan Rice and Zubamendi behind you, and you have GYOKERES up top, like, he's going to get a ton more space than he was last season, because there was no threat in the 9 last season. Let's be honest with you. You could argue that Kai Havertz took up space, but he really wasn't a threat. I said that already, but he wasn't really a threat. People were not worried about him. So they limited the space that Odegaard was given in the midfield, and Odegaard couldn't create anything. So I think the space that GYOKERES is going to create, because all eyes are going to be on him. He gets the ball, he could generate something out of nothing. Whereas with Gabriel Jesus, Mikel Moreno, and Trossard in some games, like, come on. Yeah, Havertz wasn't a threat. Biggest joke club in the world, blah, 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 blah. Who's first favorite to win the league in your opinion? Liverpool, unfortunately. Unfortunately, it's Liverpool. They mailed in a stinker against AC Milan today. Florian Wirtz was his stat line was not good. I didn't watch it, but I was getting sent stat line because of all the Arsenal fans. They're going to try to bully him, we're going to try to banner him. He pitched zeros today. I think, like, 0 completed passes, 0 completed dribbles. Like, he wasn't good, and he got yanked when it was 1-1. But I think he's going to bet into that team really well, and he's going to be one of the best creative midfielders in the league. Mo Salah is still there. Virgil van Dijk is still there. You still have quality with the likes of Cody Gakpo in there. They've got some good signings, and they're linked to Isak. If they get Isak, like, go ahead and just fast forward the entire season now. Just fast forward it, simulate it, because Wirtz behind a quality striker like Isak, it's absolutely cooked. We're done. It's done out here already. Honestly, give the armband to Gabriel Magalhaes right now. I agree, but that's never going to happen. Ego Arteta. He cannot move that armband to anybody else. And honestly, like, if you're going to move the armband to anybody, it needs to be Declan Rice. He's been a Premier League captain before. Let him do his thing. Let him be the captain of this club. I don't see anybody playing as consistently as Declan Rice, obviously barring injuries, but throughout the last 2 seasons, who's been more consistent than Declan Rice? Nobody. What else are you guys saying? Big up everybody inside. Make sure you smashing the likes. Again, we're only on 13 likes. I need 15 likes before the end of the stream. Yeah. If they get Isak, Liverpool would become impossible. And yeah, and like Staffy was all gassed about this Ekatike signing. I don't know him, but if he's right, if he's rated highly by a lot of these content creators, I think he's a baller too, and we need to be worried about him. I mean, I really think, and Dal sent me this article about how Liverpool are moving a lot more serious after the unfortunate passing of Diogo Jota, because I think they were going to really rely on him in the 9 position in the upcoming season. But due to his untimely passing, they've had to get serious quick. And they have. Like, you cannot go against, like, who was it that was Slade? No, it was Hamza. He was online saying, "Oh, they're a checkbook club now." Bro, they won the league without spending any money last season. All they did was bring in Chiesa. Now they're spending money. Slot is getting a club that he wants, and that is his recipe. Dude, he won the league, ran away with it, with a club that he inherited. Now he's going to be a building club, and he's bringing in ballers, and they are linked with ballers. You think they're going to fall off? They're not. He has arguably the best player in the world in Mo Salah, arguably the best defender in the league in Virgil van Dijk, one of the best and solid midfields in the league, on top of getting rid of Darwin. They haven't gotten rid of Darwin Nunez, but they're trying to. You're replacing Darwin Nunez at the 9. You still have Cody Gakpo that can play on that left side. He's a quality player. Bro, like, it's cooked for us. It's cooked. They are. I think Liverpool win the league, unfortunately. Taking Hamza seriously in 2025. Dude, it just pissed me off. RSM, I took the bait. I'm not happy about it, but I 100% took the bait on that. By the way, speaking of people that bullied me into doing a solo stream, which, you know, I love doing panel shows. I love doing solo streams. I love doing all of it. I just haven't been able to due to personal shit going on. Where is Football Carnage? Where's Football Carnage in the chat? This guy gave me so much shit about not doing solo streams, and this guy is nowhere to be found. They call him, Will has 2 L's in it for a fucking reason. This guy's a loser. Big up TK. Big up TK. My guy. My brother. You know what I'm saying? TK, I got to get you back on the channel here soon. We're gonna spin up. We're gonna start rolling here pretty soon. Big up TK every time. Yeah. Ashba. Yeah, Ashba. No. Will is a loser, bro. Screw that guy. Mr. In the stream, Dave, can I do a stream with you, please? Please, can I meet expressions? No, I'm big up Will every time, but I got to give him shit. Okay, so I said this was going to be a solo show, but I lied because I want to talk to my bro who reached out, and he was just like, hey, can I hop on? And I will never say no to this guy. I will never say no to streaming with the one and only Connor. What up, my guy? What up? Oh, see, I'm not doing the celebration yet. And you got that new kit? You got the new kit?
I'll tell you what. So big up to everyone first and foremost. Thank you very much, TJ, for having me on your solo show. I do appreciate it. But I'm sorry. I knew you were going live after the announcement today. I couldn't not come on.
Yeah, you have to. You have to.
And it's just the timing, innit? And well, with this, I said to myself, because normally when the kits come out, it's around my birthday. My birthday's in about 2 weeks, so family normally come together and get me a kit. But I was in London today. I went down to London because it was a nice day. Thought, why not?
Yeah.
And of course, I walked past a JD. And what's the first thing I see as I walk into that JD? I see all the football kits. And then Arsenal is up there. And this one's got Saka on the back. And actually, this was cheaper. I don't know if this is the authentic or not, but this was cheaper than going to Arsenal and paying for a name on the back.
It looks good.
So I got Saka on the back for a cheaper price. So I'll take it every day of the week. And I will be getting another one with someone else on the back, a new number 14. I am so hyped, bro. Do you know what? A lot of people wanted him to wear the number 9 maybe next season if Jesus is here. Not here anymore, but the 14's so fitting. It just is. Henry, Aubameyang, and now we've got to go ahead and
my
boy Theo Walcott. Big up Theo.
Yep. The confidence that shows.
Yeah.
Like makes me want. Yeah.
It's massive.
Sorry,
bro. We are cooking. I know Liverpool are doing a madness. We could be seeing Ekatike and Isak. But, bro, I am so happy with this signing. We were sat here, I remember months ago, me, you, and Dow, talking about the idea of Sesko possibly being completed. And we were just not in a good place. And now we're in a place where we've got a guy who scored so many goals in 2 seasons. And I'm telling you, watch this space. He will cook in the Premier League. He has got something to prove. And I'm eagerly waiting for this game against Manchester United. I'm really looking forward to it. And I'm happy we've got this done now because I'm telling you, with a couple of years ago, he would have been here on deadline day. But we got this done before the season. We've still got some games to play. I have a funny feeling he'll be playing the games at the Emirates against Sevilla and Villarreal. Is it Sevilla and Villarreal? I think they're the 2 teams we're playing.
Yeah.
Definitely Villarreal. Yeah, I think that's right. So hopefully he'll be playing those, starting those, and I cannot wait to see him integrated into this team, man. I am so happy. This is the guy I wanted, and I'm just so gassed. Oh my God. Yeah. It's going to be so good. And
yeah, it's sorry, I had to look it up. It's Villarreal and Athletic Club.
Athletic Club, that's the one. Sorry.
Yeah.
And now apparently, according to Ben Jacobs, we're now pushing next for Eze. So, bro, I am excited. I am we had that horrible window last year where for some reason people were rating it 7, 8 out of 10s. Marino, Calafiori,
Dude.
and now we're out here with a new striker, possibly a new number 10 coming in. Oh man, I'm just so happy right now, TJ, and I'm eagerly waiting this new season. And we now have no more excuses to not win silverware this season. If no silverware is coming to the club this season, questions will be asked, and will be answered.
Well, I think questions will be asked and answered. I was saying at the beginning of the show, like this is it for Arteta. This is it. Like there are no excuses for any of the top gooners, any even all the way up to Stan and Josh. They have no excuse now. You have depth everywhere. You have potential world class at several positions in your starting 11. If you bottle this, dude, it's over. It's cooked. This is the most. Do you agree that this is the most important season for Arsenal in a long time? Because I think if we don't win anything, that's going to dictate how we move in the transfer market. Go ahead and just start kicking off the rebuild if we don't win this season. Yeah, that's what I'm worried about.
Do you know what, bro? I don't even think it's a rebuild. Just a new manager, new system. That's it. We've got the team. The team has been built now, in my opinion. And Eze would be a perfect addition. And in my opinion, I mean, I know next season we could possibly see Saliba leave, but that's obviously just to get someone new in. But we will need someone new just to change the system. I have had conversations with people, but the Milan game. If anyone did watch the Milan game, we were very good. I know it's a preseason game. I get that. People will say, "Oh, Colin, you're overreacting. It's a preseason game." But the football we were playing was extremely promising. It wasn't that slow, methodical football. You got to just sit there. It was very promising. And if we see more of that in our game against Newcastle, Spurs, and the two at the Emirates, it's looking very, very good. And hopefully Arteta's had a bit of a wake-up that the football we were playing was boring. It was not really motivating the players towards the end of the season. I know against, obviously, in the Champions League, we were doing all right, but in the league, it was very slow. It was very lethargic. The players didn't look like they wanted to play it. The football we were playing against Milan was very quick. We were seeing a lot more of players, our new players as well. We got the likes of Norgard, seeing him. We saw, obviously, Wanyeri was absolutely cooking. Can't wait to see more of him next season. And I really do hope that Mikel Arteta utilizes him more next season because that kid has got talent. Oh, he's got the shirt as well. Fantastic. Yeah, he's going to cook, man. I'm really hoping that Arteta gives him more minutes next season. You can see the talent.
My agenda that I am going to run all season long about Wanyeri is going to be generational.
Yeah,
this guy, I've been saying since I saw him in LA last year, like literally to the day. I think it's literally 365 days ago. I was partying with Staffy in LA watching Wanyeri absolutely cook.
Did you meet up with Staffy?
Yeah, no, I met up. I met up with Staffy. I met all the freaking big six guys. Yeah,
I saw Hooks as well. Yeah,
I saw Hooks like a month ago because he was in Kansas City. So we went out and got some beers. But yeah.
Shaba, I am still Arteta out. I am still Arteta out. Don't get it twisted. Do not get it twisted. I actually put majority of all this. I mean, you can't sit here. I'm sorry, you can't sit here with all the windows that we've had under Mikel Arteta and not say what's different about this one. Why are we moving? Why have we now got 6, 7 players in the door and it's not even August yet? When have we ever done this, right? Under Arteta. Do you know why we've done this? And I think it's a big boost. We've had a change of technical director. We've got someone with a bit more experience inside.
Who would have thought?
Not just working with national teams. Look at that. Look at that and play a part in it. I have a funny feeling if Edu was still here, we would have got Sesko. I genuinely believe that. I really do, because I think he would have leewayed Mikel Arteta's idea of having Sesko. And I think we would have done getting him. So for me, no, I am still Arteta out, and I won't change my ways about that. However, I always say I'm Arteta out. That's just my point. But I'm happy to be proven wrong. I'm happy with the moves he's making. But at the end of the day, we are still sitting here with one FA Cup. So I can't, just because we signed a striker, which we should have done 2 years ago, 3 years ago even. I get we signed Jesus, but he did get injured and he did fall off. And then we were out here signing Kai Havertz for striker. At the end of the day, unless we could sign Messi, we could sign Prime Ronaldo, we could sign Mbappe, Van Dijk, Rudiger, anyone. Of course, I'll be extremely happy. But if there's no silverware, I'm going to go for the manager, and it's as simple as that, So and we did retract last season. People can say, we did get to the semi-final of the Champions League, which was fantastic. The program with the teams we did beat Real Madrid.
Yeah, we regressed 100%. We regressed. It
was 2 great games, but we've had great games in seasons where we didn't win anything either. So it's all well and good. We had great games, and we loved those games against Real Madrid. But at the end of the day, there was no silverware for it. We had great games under Arsene Wenger in his couple of last 10 years. But we have great FA Cup wins. They were trophies. We haven't had trophies. So, no, this is Arteta's biggest pressurized season, and I hope he realizes that. I hope he realizes that this is now or never now. You've got to make a statement. Teams have made massive upgrades around us. We've also made massive upgrades. But we've now got to show it on the pitch. We've got to go ahead and win something this season. And it is unacceptable if he doesn't win anything. Unacceptable. He has to go ahead and win a trophy this year. And I will stand by my point always with everything when it comes to Mikel Arteta. And unless he proves me wrong, my stance will never change, unfortunately.
Yeah, one thing that I regret doing is that I kind of backed off of it last season when we were winning games. Like I was still Arteta out because I'm Arteta out until we win the trophy. But winning a few matches in a row is not going to convince me that Mikel Arteta is the answer at Arsenal. That's the problem with a lot of YouTubers and the Arsenal fan base as a whole. If we win a couple of games, then we're the best team in the world. We're unstoppable. Remember after we beat Real Madrid, and there were matches even after Real Madrid where we didn't look good, and we were just like, oh no, we're the best in the world. We're gonna piss this fucking Champions League. We're gonna PSG. Who are they? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We were hearing this, and then we went out there and shit the bed. And you could argue. I still think PSG is the best team in the world. Winning some Club World Cup doesn't make you won one game. You won one final. PSG will be in the final next season.
You can't not look at that final, biggest scoreline in Champions League history, and the way that they've done it, and the way that they beat us as well. The whole run from Luis Enrique and what they've done in the league as well.
Yeah,
it can't go.
And up until the final in the Club World Cup, and people take that Club World Cup seriously. I really didn't, but they didn't. They only conceded 2 goals the entire tournament before that final.
Yeah,
they are a serious.
They are.
Club.
No, for me, and it's no disrespect to Chelsea because they won that fair and square. And dare I say PSG were knackered? Dare I say, sorry, RSM, big up to you, man. Dare I say they were knackered? But no, listen, Chelsea won the game fair and square. It is
one game. They won one game in New Jersey.
For me,
dude, in New Jersey,
over the whole season, how those players played, and that final was ridiculous. By the way, that when I watched that with my mates, that final was absolutely ridiculous.
I turned it off. I turned it off after the first half.
It was crazy, right? So for me, no, they are currently still the best team in the world, and that's not me being Chelsea shade because they're the rivals. That's just my opinion. I respect the Club World Cup personally. If I'd want to win it, if I was in it, of course. I respect Chelsea for winning it, seriously. But for me, in terms of a whole, I get Chelsea's name as currently world champions, which just shouldn't be the case. But it just shouldn't be the case. But it is with the way the tournament works. But for me, PSG still are the best in the world, and they were fantastic.
They were.
What do you think of NordVPN since good name, AJ. Good name, man. Big up to you. I hope you're well, man. I personally wasn't. I didn't get the complaining side when we signed him. So many people were pissed off of signing him. I was buzzing. I think he's such a good addition. If people watch Brentford and especially when Brentford were coming up into the Premier League as well, and in their first 2 seasons, he is so solid. He is such a solid option in DM. And I don't agree with the people that said they'd rather have Jorginho than Norgard. No way. That's another player that I think people need to look out for this season, especially Arsenal fans, when we have to rotate. And dare I say, God forbid, touch wood, doesn't happen if Declan Rice does get injured. Of course, it'll be a big factor to miss him out. I'll say Zubimendi, actually, because he's more of a 6 than Rice, because he plays more of an 8. Norgard, I think, will surprise a lot of people. And I think he will be a real favourite as a backup option. He's solid,
he will too.
He's strong, defensive-minded. He's clear on the ball, and whenever I watch him at Brentford, he's always composed, very safe. I don't rarely made a mistake, really. He's not the perfect player. He's not the best six in the world, but for a backup and for the price we got him, I'm not complaining. I think he's a great addition. And there's a lot worse we could have got out of Brentford. Like, don't get me wrong, Brentford don't have 10 out of 10s all over the place, but I mean, poor Brentford, they've been absolutely fleeced.
I don't think they'll survive.
Yeah, I know.
Barely.
I've talked to a lot of people, I think, and the fact that they've got in that new manager who has got 0 first team experience,
I'm worried.
It's not looking good. But I'm hopeful. I think they're going to be in a relegation battle, but I like to hope they're going to stay up. But if Vissa goes to either Newcastle or Forest, it could be curtains. It could be curtains. But no, Norgard, I'm very happy. Yeah. What I want now is, personally, I'm all for Eze.
Yes.
But I want to be selling people now. I saw Reece Nelson's linked with a move to Fulham. That's going to get done according to David Ornstein.
Get it done.
I want Fabio Vieira sold. I want Zinchenko sold.
I didn't even mention Zinchenko when I was rattling off players I want to see go.
It's just there's no point.
Did you see Gabriel? Did you see Gabriel Jesus is linked with a loan to Flamenco?
I thought he wouldn't go because he's not fit. But if he's fit, I mean, there's no point. He'll be
let him go. Let him go. In my opinion,
third choice behind. I say loan him out and then just sell him next season. If you can sell him to Flamengo, by all means, go do it. But it just doesn't. I mean, unless you want another body, go for it. But he's obviously going to choose Havertz over Jesus, isn't Arteta? So
unfortunately. And I did want to see this Acers because I was laughing at this morning too. Tottenham have played 2 friendlies in 24 hours. They drew against Wickham Wanderers 2-2, and Luton Town, League One and falling Luton Town 0-0. Tommy Touches, or whatever the fuck Jacob is calling him. He's cooking, and I'm supposed to believe. So somebody was coming into the American Waffle chat saying, "Oh yeah, United or Spurs are gonna one of them is gonna surprise people and they're gonna get top 5." Go fuck yourself. No, they're not. No, they're not. Bro, no. No, seriously, they are drawing to League One and League Two competition. It's hilarious.
Can I ask you, TJ? Because I was on a Sam's channel the other day, and we're having a good conversation. Yeah. What is your one controversial opinion for this season? What's your one out there opinion that people would just be like, "Whoa, that's kind of crazy"? It's a crazy outtake. Is that what it's called?
Yeah, around Arsenal or around?
I'd say just in general. I think maybe try to push away from Arsenal. My one personally. I don't think United are getting top 10 this season. I don't. Even with
I don't think that's crazy. See, I don't think that's crazy at all.
A lot of people did in the chat because it's obviously like they've signed Mbuemo, they've signed Cunha, that's 2 attacking subs. But I'm sorry, I've seen this before with United. They've signed a good player in Mbuemo and Cunha, 2 good players, 2 good attackers, better than what they had in the options last season. But they've still got midfield problems and defensive problems, and they're not selling anyone. I don't think they can buy anyone now. I think they've just blown their budget on 2 very good players. I will respect that. It's not like they've blown it on nothing. On 2 good players. But I guarantee you, it doesn't look like they're going to sell Onana. They're
not selling Onana. They don't have.
I guess Aiden Heaven will be back next season. But trusting a youngster like that, they've still got the likes of Harry Maguire, Luke Shaw, Dorgu. Diego Dallo, who's barely in and out of form. Bruno Fernandes is just clinging onto the strings of being there at this point. Casemiro, it's just not looking good, TJ. I just don't. That's my one. I don't see them getting past top 10 next season.
If they've got Mbuemo, they've signed Mbuemo and they've signed Cunha. That's it. Yeah, they need help all over the pitch.
Yeah.
Aiden Heaven, look, he is not going to be a Prem ready player for 30 plus games a season. Yeah. Like he cooked for them at the end of last season when everything was looking bleak. He was a bright spot. Obviously, Arsenal sold him for $1 million. I thought that was a good deal because I saw Aiden Heaven play for us and I didn't think he was that great. But for United, he's cooking. So I hope he succeeds because I like seeing our academy kids succeed. But they need more players that fit into Amarim's system if Amarim hopes to keep his job. I don't think Amarim's going to be in the job by December. I think he's gone.
Oh, really? That's a controversial opinion.
I don't think that's controversial at all because I don't think the results do not dramatically change for United just because you brought in these two players. And where do they fit in his system? Because doesn't he normally he plays like two advanced tens really? Like I understand that for Cunha, but I don't understand like where does Mbeumo fit in?
Well, it looks like because I don't know if they're going to sign a striker. I mean, they're now linked to doing this striker thing, right? I think this United transfer thing, this will go on until the last day. I think they've used all of their budget. We know how broke they are at the moment. I think they've used a lot of their budget. Look how long it took them to get this Mbeumo deal done. It was over a couple million, which means they are scraping the bucket.
Right.
They've got to either sell Garnacho for some fee or sell someone else for a higher fee to make something back. By the way it looks at it, I can see whether they end up not buying a striker and playing Cunha in the 9 and then Mbeumo in the 10, where are they going to fit Amad Diallo? Unless they're going to play him at wing back, but you're going to trust Amad Diallo at wing back. That's no defensive option there. Where's Dallo going to play? Will you put him on the left? It's just, I don't know what they're going to do here. They're going to sell Højlund. Like, there's too many questions.
And they have too many players too because they're not playing for the lack of games that they're going to see this season. They're playing one game a week outside of the cups. So that is a bloated squad where half the players don't fit the system. Yeah. And people are saying, "Oh yeah, we're going to get top 10." I think a lot of that, I don't think that that's so controversial. Like if you're hearing that from United fans, I think they're delusional. Like if you had asked like a Flawless or a Staffy and said, "Oh yeah, we're going to get top 10," I think they would laugh in your face, to be honest with you. Because there's been no improvement. And you see Onana in there, that is 3 losses, but from errors from him alone in the season. Like guaranteed. He is one of the worst goalkeepers in the Premier League, one of the worst goalkeepers that Man United have ever had, and they do not look any closer to moving him on. So yeah, that's why I'm not taking it seriously. But getting back to your question,
go on. What's your crazy outtake?
And I don't think, and by the way, RSM, I saw your comment about Wolves going down. I don't think that that's controversial. Like I think
I've said that.
I think they're in serious danger.
They've been on the verge of it for years now, and now they've lost Nuri, they've lost Cunha. That's 2 massive players. I see them going down.
Yeah, I don't see any way they stay up, to be honest with you. But controversial opinion, and I don't know if this is controversial, but maybe this is just a hope. Sunderland stay up.
Yeah,
I think Sunderland stay up.
Yeah,
maybe that's hopium. I don't know. But I just like seeing like the Tyneside derby. I want to see Strasbourg Steve have a mental breakdown on stream. Like I want to see the Newcastle fans fucking sweat. I really think like so actually let me ask you a question back now. Who do you think goes down? Who do you think goes down this season? I don't even want to talk about who comes up.
My 3 are Burnley last. Because I just classic Burnley. We just know what's going to happen there,
dude. Okay, they need to put limits on these fucking yo-yo clubs. By the way, if Burnley goes down, like they're the new Norwich. Like I don't want to see this.
Like everyone said this about Southampton last season. Oh, Southampton, they're going to stay up. Yeah, they won the thing. They're going to win. They're going to stay up easily. Nah, Burnley. We've seen this
worst
before.
team since smash cut to worst team since Derby County.
Nah. We're not. I think Burnley will go straight down. Then I think 19th will be Wolves. I just think it's their time's coming to an end now. I think they need to. Go down, reconvene, and with the business they're doing, I'm not too sure that they're looking like they're going to stay up. And then my 18th, I've got a few. I think one is Brentford. It just if Visser goes, they've lost way too much. They are looking great, not great. Jordan Henderson might be a good addition though to the side. I don't know. Another one is Sunderland. The only reason I say Sunderland is, and I wouldn't if this wasn't the reason. They've signed 5 players that are all eligible for AFCON in January and December. And if those 5 players go to AFCON, that reduces their squad size massively. and that's going to be worrying. 5 new signings, all off to AFCON, and that leaves their squad very little. Could be low. I don't know. So there's that. And my other one is, and I think Leeds stay up, by the way. I think Leeds stay up this season. My other one is Everton.
I was afraid you were going to say that.
I think Everton could be at risk.
You think they go down in that fancy new stadium?
Possibly.
How funny would that be? Sorry.
I just think, the way the squad's looking, the business they're doing, I'm not too sure. Maybe Pickford might save them again this season, but that's mine. So if I had to pick out of those 3 of Brentford, Sunderland, and Everton, I want them to stay up, and because it's hopium as well, because I love Brentford. I will go Sunderland, but it's just that AFCON thing's really tricking me here. That's going to be a real depletion to their squad. So yeah, I'll go for Burnley, Wolves, and Sunderland. But I don't want Sunderland to go down. They've got such a beautiful stadium, and they are real. Before they went down, they were in the Prem for a long
time.
So it would be such a shame to see them go back down straight away, and I hope they don't. But that just bothers me a little bit. And I know a lot of people say Brentford, but Brentford are my little hopium team. So
yeah, well, yeah, they're your local. You got to have a little love for them. But
what about yours, TJ?
Burnley, I'm with you there.
Yep.
Wolves, I guess, but that's just because for the reasons you said. But I'm gonna go different for the third one.
Tottenham.
I'm gonna go. It'll probably be Brentford, unfortunately.
Yeah,
I think it'll probably be Brentford.
I can see it.
Yeah, and then but Sunderland, I think will do better than other people than people.
I hope so.
Would
I hope they're not going to be like everyone says about Ipswich as well. Ipswich, yeah, they're coming up.
Ipswich were a couple of very close results from staying
they were. They were, to be fair. So I don't want to see all 3 go down this year. I hate when that happens. I really hate when all 3 go down again.
It's happened 2 seasons in a row now,
yeah,
right?
It's become really
the last team to stay up. The last team to stay up was Nottingham Forest, and they cheated to do it.
Yeah,
so,
it was Leicester, and then the season before was Luton, Burnley, Sheffield. Yeah, we've got to have something new this season, man. Even the season before that, because it was Leicester, Leeds, Southampton again.
Yep. Yeah.
Oh
no,
my God,
last team to stay up was Forest.
Yeah, we've got to have a change here. We can't be doing this this yo-yo thing, man. We've got to have some change now. We have to.
Yeah, exactly. Who finishes higher, Spurs or United?
Spurs for me.
Yeah, probably
United
Spurs.
are in at least Spurs are making signings, man. Like,
yeah, probably Spurs. Probably Spurs. Probably Spurs, and they're gonna be more defensively sound. They're gonna actually have shape. They're not gonna be holding that high line all the time. The funny part about Thomas Frank, where a lot of Ange people won't like hearing it, but he actually manages the game and changes strategies and formations to the game to tune. He did a lot at Brentford with not a lot of money, and now he has 4 times the budget. So and he finished higher with 25% of the budget that Tottenham has, and finished higher than them last season. So don't tell me that he's a step down. He's a step up for them. So, and they need somebody solid. They need somebody that can actually adjust in the Champions League as well. I don't think Spurs finish in the top 8, but they're not going to get embarrassed. They're not going to get embarrassed.
No.
Like they're really not. I'll throw Banner out there. Like, if Jacob fucking asks me about it, I'm gonna waste him. But if we're being honest, Thomas Frank makes Spurs better.
Yeah.
He makes them harder
of course
to
he
beat.
does. He's a top coach. It pissed me off that he went there, but he's a top coach, and I get why he made the move there. It just makes sense, right, for his career. He wants to do that. Fair play. So yeah, and I can't deny and say they don't have a couple of good players in their side. Don't get me wrong. And I think he could definitely work something there. And whether Morgan Gibbs-White ends up going there as well, that would be a good addition. But I think they will find it hard this year with Champions League as well. I think that I'd be interested to see how they do this season in Champions League. I think that might be a bit of a rude awakening for Tottenham this season.
I think that they're going to barely scrape into the playoff, but then get eliminated.
I think they're going to struggle, but we'll see. Because I just think Son's at the end of his tenure now.
He's linked to LAFC.
I've seen that.
Seriously.
Yeah, and I'm looking at their front line. I'm thinking, where's the threat? Where is the threat? And don't come with me with that Brennan Johnson stuff, Richarlison, Solanke. Like, I just don't bother. And I can't see threat in that attack. I can't.
There is none.
And you need threat in attack in the Champions League, and I don't see it. Good midfield definitely. I actually think the midfield and defense is actually pretty good at Tottenham. I don't have a problem with that. But the attack is not. I don't see anything in the attack at all.
Big up Cam.
Big up Cam. And yeah, that's the only thing that just says to me about Tottenham that I don't think they're going to do that good in the Champions League this season, unless they defend for their lives and get 0-0s, get draws.
Well, at least you won't have, and it's going to be interesting because is Romero still leaving? I haven't seen anything about that.
Not that I've seen. It looks like he should be there next season. But they've got that. Do you know what? They've got that Croatian kid who looks sick. They got that new academy. He's 18.
Yeah,
played that pre-season game. He looks really good. But yeah, no, the attack looks a bit shaky.
Well, at least you're not going to be the way that Thomas Frank plays. He's not going to be blowing out hamstrings of half of his center backs and left backs. Like
that was awful. Awful.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of these guys played for their clubs and played hard for Tottenham, but they ended up on the medical table because of how Ange managed those games. Like, I'm actually really, really bummed. Connor, because we're not going to be able to banner them as much. I think last season was fantastic until the Europa League final, but I'm still not sorry. There are a few things that I'm not gonna give credit for. One is the Club World Cup and the other is the Europa League. Sorry. I think the Conference League was a harder trophy to win than the Europa League. I'm dead serious. Real Betis.
Oh, but then again, I don't know.
The worst Man United side.
Oh, but they were both shit anyway. That's what I mean. Like,
relegated.
I mean, do you know what? Maybe if Spurs did face Real Betis, then maybe it would have been a different story. Oh, I don't know. That whole thing just pissed me off anyway. That whole competition was an absolute joke. And it pissed me off more that we can't even win it. That's what rubs salt into the wound, man. I couldn't get over it. But now I think
it's so okay. And I'm not going to rehash it, but the formats are so different now. Like,
yeah, there's that as well.
It's just so crazy. But yeah, I think Europa League is trash. Conference League is trash. Champions League will be fun to watch. I wanted to get your opinion on this because we haven't talked in a minute. How fucked up is it that Crystal Palace have to play in the Conference League?
Oh man,
because of multi-club ownership.
I'd be revolting. Seriously, what a joke! Imagine achieving a position in Europe, guaranteed. When you win you win that trophy, and you don't finish in the top 6, whatever it is, top 7. You don't finish. You finish below. That spot is yours. Bullshit to this multi-club. You're not allowed a certain amount of teams from certain countries in this. That is absolute rubbish. You set these rules. These rules are in place. You can't just bend them for whatever you want. I know the Crystal Palace fans are fuming. I don't blame them. I think it's terrible. And I hope they win the Conference League now. I hope they will.
I think they will.
I really hope they do. To shut up the UEFA. And all the people because what a joke that was. If that was Arsenal, I mean, do you know what? Dare I say that they've done that just to pull a few strings? Oh, it's only Palace. They won't care. We won't care. It's only Palace. Like, no. They earned that position. They rightfully won that FA Cup as well, deservedly so. They should have that slot in the Europa League. And what was it over? Was it over Lyon or something?
It was over Lyon, yeah. And how they decided, which was bullshit, was based off of league position. So they decided to throw Lyon in there, which is factually, the French league is factually a lower ranked league than the Premier League.
100%.
Factual.
100%.
So the fact that you are judging that off of league position when Crystal Palace is playing in the hardest domestic league in the world, and then you're playing in France, France is what, like probably ranked 4th or 5th in Europe in terms of competitive. Like, come on.
It won't be hard.
Like I just feel so bad for Glasner and all of those Crystal Palace fans who literally were weeping, openly weeping after winning the FA Cup, the biggest trophy they've ever won in the history of that club, and then you get relegated to a fucking third tier competition.
The one that
ridiculous.
I think it's corrupt. Fuck the rules. Why should the rules eliminate the team? Yeah, fair enough if Lyon have a position in there too. But I'm sorry, they rightfully won that FA Cup. The rules state in the FA Cup, if you do not qualify for Europe that season, but you win the FA Cup, you are automatically set into the Europa League. You shouldn't be demoted. I think that's an absolute joke. So, listen, I hope that they get the appeal. I don't think they will, because I think UEFA is going to be stubborn and say, no, sorry, it's our choice.
You know what's even worse? Forest are in the Europa League. Like, if there's one team that like I really don't like just because of the way they move and the way they play, it's Forest. And their fans are super annoying and entitled. Like, you guys were in the championship 3 years ago and you had to cheat to stay up, but you're talking all this shit. It's like, please stop. Please stop. And now they're in the Europa League. I hope they get knocked out in the league stage. I can't stand Nottingham Forest. I can't stand them.
They fair play to what they've done, I guess. They haven't won anything, but fair play to moving up.
Fair play to being in the Champions League spots until
fair play to being second for a couple months. But I mean, like, yeah, I don't get the whole narrative of they've like all of a sudden become like this massive thing that everyone needs to talk about. Yes, they've won the Champions League twice. I get that we haven't won that. Can happily say that. You're better in Champions League than us in terms of trophies. But, apart from that, in terms of recency years, you've not done a lot. So I can understand why people have got an agenda against them, especially the way they've been moving recently.
Big up Kai USA. Appreciate the sub, my bro. Appreciate the sub. Welcome to the family. And by the way, yes, I thank you for calling that out, AJ. Yeti does not fit into that. Yeti does not fit into that mold. Forest Fan TV fits into that mold, but Yeti does not. Palace will get Europa League. Their appeal will work. It won't. I don't think it will. I think they are looking to screw this team over. And you have Marinakis in there who has a bunch of sway. Like, I'm not convinced they're gonna screw over Crystal Palace. And it's bullshit, in my opinion. It's absolute bullshit. Anyway, we're going to wrap up here in a few minutes, guys. Make sure that you guys smash the likes. If you have any final questions, make sure you get them in. Big up Connor for joining, and big up everybody that is in the chat. Obviously, this has been a long time coming. We moved American Waffle over to Staffy's channel where it rightfully belongs. American Idiots will return next week when Dal is back in town, and you will get regular streams from this channel as long as work is kind.
Bit of a bomber. Nottingham Forest now in talks of Morgan Gibbs-White over a new contract. but he was going to Spurs, apparently.
He was going to Spurs. What are you talking about?
Spurs. Shit.
Didn't we get a here we go?
I don't know.
For him? I don't remember that.
No, they did. They got the here we go, but then Nottingham Forest, apparently, there was something to do with they didn't pay the whole amount. Or whatever it was like something ridiculous like that. They didn't pay the whole amount or the correct amount of the release clause, or it was something to do with the release clause in his contract. And Nottingham Forest I have a funny feeling they didn't expect anyone to pay it. So when Spurs did, they were like, "Shit, we can't let this slide." So, but if he ends up staying, that's quite funny. That's quite because I do like Morgan Gibbs-White, and again, I don't really like seeing good players going to Spurs. So yeah, hopefully he gets a new contract and he stays at Forest.
Yeah. AJ, I know you've asked this question a few times. I would trade Gabriel Martinelli for Wissa. How old is Wissa? How old is this guy?
I will say, AJ, I wouldn't trade him for Martinelli, but I'd trade him for Trossard.
28 years old. Yeah, I would trade him. I would trade him for Trossard too.
Because I think Trossard was that guy to get us goals. Martinelli, I think, is still quite a crucial part for me personally. I'd trade him for Trossard. But then again, I don't think Visser deserves to be a rotated player. I think he deserves to be a starter. So I think that'd be a bit unfair on him. But I'd take him though if we had the option.
Yeah, I would. I mean, obviously, I'd take him. I've been talking about wanting him and Mbeumo for a while. And Mbeumo was I always wanted United. That was never going to happen. But with you know, I don't know. I haven't watched enough of Brentford to really comment on Wissa, other than I've seen him score a bunch of goals on Arsenal, which pisses me off. And we're not serious enough to go get Lookman. By the way, we're not serious.
Yeah, hasn't he solidified a new contract and stuff?
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah, yes.
So I think that's kind of dead in the water. That.
Yeah, it's
gone.
gone.
Fantastic player though. Fantastic player.
Yeah, 100%. All right, guys. Well, that's the show. I gotta run. I got dinner to make. I got things I gotta do. It's weekend time. Big up everybody that has been here. Big up Strasbourg Steve. Big up Kai USA for the new subscriber. Big up Luke James. Screw you, Will. Football Larnage TV. Absolute loser. Big up Cam. Big up AJ. Big up everybody that watched. Big up RSM. Really appreciate it, guys. We're going to try to make this a regular thing. Otherwise, I'm going to get bullied by the rest of the American Waffle guys. And really, my WhatsApp just can't take it anymore, to be honest with you. Really,
more streams,
really
TJ.
can't.
Do more streams.
You got to do more streams. So it's been ages since you've done a stream. Whatever. It's the summer, guys. Give me a break. Good
new
Lord.
Season, new TJ.
Dude, new season. We're gonna be live all the time. We're gonna redirect over to Strasbourg. Steve, I gotta do it because he's doing a Brasileiro watch along. So go over there, hit the sub for Strasbourg Steve. He's my American brother. He's doing Botafogo versus Corinthians. So and I think that's starting like right now. So go over there, smash a like. We'll be back in a few days. Until next time.
You don't have the answers, DJ.
Do you have the answer?
You don't have the answer.
Tony, do you have the answer?
You don't have the answer.
You don't have the answer either.
You don't have the answer.